Hi there, I'm gonna make coconut rice. And the reason I'm making it and teaching you is because whenever I do this at a dinner party, people think that I've parted the seas. And now you're gonna have my job because it's so easy to do that no one's gonna need me anymore. Anyway, what you do is, because it's an Asian dish, I take jasmine rice. It depends upon how many people you're having. This is a cup of rice. So this is gonna be, it'll end up cooking I think up to like 2 cups, and that would be like 2 to 3 people. So no matter how much you decide to make, you can always freeze it, you can keep it for leftovers. So you take the rice and then you take equal parts of the rice of water usually. But this time, I'm just gonna take half of that in water, and this is light coconut milk. I like to make everything as low fat as possible. So I'm going to take the rest of that liquid. It's basically like a 2-to-1 ratio, but the way that I do it is I look at the rice and I make sure that it's completely covered, plus another about 1/4 of an inch. It looks just like that. So like that much higher than the rice. Anyway, instead of using all water, substitute half the water with light coconut milk. And then, to give it an extra flavor, because it's got a sweetness to it, you take about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So here's 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then, you always have to add salt to everything. Even if it's sweet, it brings out flavor. And then I'm gonna use just literally the tiniest sprinkle of sugar, just to bring out the sweetness in the coconut milk. And it is light coconut milk. This is really not that fattening of a dish because it's gonna expand. I'm now bringing my rice to a boil, which will take literally 3 minutes because it's a shallow pan, and the fat in the coconut milk, it'll come right up. And once it does, you reduce it to low, and it should take 20 minutes. You gotta watch your food. It depends upon where you are. It depends if you're in Aspen and you're baking, the altitude affects things. Watch your food, watch what you're doing. So just take a peek, and once the liquid is absorbed, your rice is done. Don't mess with it, it's done. But watch it so it doesn't burn. Okay, while you're doing that, to make this a little more interesting, take grated coconut and put it in a pan, and put it on a low heat, a low to medium heat, and watch it. Because again, coconut has fat. Now, this is not a light dish, but it's not as fattening as it really could be because it's rich. You're not gonna eat that much of it. Move the coconut around just until it's medium brown. You can really burn it easily, so it's just a few minutes, and watch it. Just like nuts, you have to watch the coconut. So that is done. And our rice is done too. You want it to be like that. All the liquid is absorbed. Now I used a shallow pan because I was making a small amount. Obviously if you're making, well, nothing's obvious in cooking, but if you're making it for a bigger group, you would use a deeper pan, a deeper saucepan or a pot. But this is what it's supposed to look like. So now, I'm gonna take some of this coconut rice, and you could smell the coconut, it's so great. See, it made a lot. This is really enough for 4 people. So it is actually a pretty low-fat dish. It's light coconut milk. We really didn't even use half the can. And it's jasmine rice. It's very simple and it's impressive. At a dinner party with like a sea bass and an Asian glaze, it's just a nice accompaniment other than just regular rice. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit, it's fur the way it looks and a little bit of crunch, some grated coconut, and I have here some slivered almonds. You can buy them at any supermarket in a small bag, and they're already toasted. So look for toasted slivered almonds. And it's just another little impressive thing to put on top of your dish to impress your guests. It's really delicious. It's very comfort food. But if you're having a dinner party, this is so simple and impressive. Fill a small cup. It could be a measuring cup. It could be a rocks glass. Pack it in there. Take your plate to the cup. And then it's just a nice, I mean, that's just something that's impressive on the side of a piece of salmon or sea bass, and it looks like it took forever. and the whole thing was really easy. So it doesn't take a lot to be a good cook. I'm gonna lose my job soon. Thank you.